Ladies and... Okay, I can't talk that loud. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the DisClaymer podcast. It is Clay. And I am actually back. I am back. Believe it or not, for those of you who didn't know, I mean, I said it only like 15,000 times, but I had to get surgery on my tonsils. I had to get a tonsillectomy. Well, technically I had to get my tonsils out, and they took out my adenoids at the same time, but essentially it's for my tonsils. And that's where I've been. I talked about it so many times prior to getting it done. So if you didn't know where I was, dude, are you kidding me, bro? Get a grip. All right, get a dose of reality. Okay, get a reality check. Dadgummit. Okay, I gotta keep it down. I'm starting to get used to talking again. So I had the surgery done August 9th, and today is August 20th. So about 11 days ago, so about a week and a half ago. So think back to what you were doing a week and a half ago on that Friday. It was a Friday, and I bet you guys you're at a pool party probably, you know, hanging out with friends, maybe celebrating a birthday. You're probably doing something fun. While you were doing that, I was getting surgery done, okay? And you know, I'll just take you through the entire. I'm just gonna take you through everything I've experienced up to this point. Obviously, I'm starting to get better now. My voice is. I'm just getting used to talking again. My voice is still a little bit tender. You know, throat still a little bit. You know, it's definitely better. Way. Trust me, way better. It's still like slightly sore. But it does take 2 weeks to fully recover. So, anyways, and for those of you who don't know what a tonsillectomy is, you get your tonsils are in the back of your throat, and they just take out they just basically just make a cut, take out your tonsils, and if they need to take out your adenoids too, they're like right behind your tonsils or something like that, I think. And so they do the same thing, cut it open, rip it out. And I had to get that done because one of my tonsils was completely overswollen. And I was having trouble sleeping. So, because I went to the doctor like late July, and I was like, yeah, I can't sleep. I'm having trouble sleeping. He's like, all right, let's take those tonsils out. So, August 9th, you know, wake up early in the morning. Okay, surgery day. Wake up deep into the morning. Me and my parents had to wake up at like 5 a.m. Because we had to be at the surgery center by about 7 a.m. And the surgery center was about an hour away. So, you know, me and my parents had to drive me because obviously after surgery, you're hopped up on painkillers, hopped up from the anesthesia. You know, you're a little disoriented. So, so obviously you can't really drive. So, so we get to the surgery center. You know, I had to fill out some paperwork. I had to wear the, you know, typical hospital or I guess surgery, whatever, the patient garment, whatever that has like you have to tie the back. It's like the weirdest. It's like a reverse robe. It's like a Snuggie is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You remember Snuggies back in the day? Like it was like that. Okay, you just got to tie in the back. I had to wear these weird sock things, and I had to wear a hairnet too, which was also really weird. And honestly, I hadn't gotten surgery. The last time I got surgery was when I was in 3rd grade. I had appendicitis. I had to get an appendectomy. So it had been. How old are you when you're in 3rd grade? Like 9 years old. It's been like 13 years since. Yeah, like wait. Yeah. No, it's been 13 years since I got in surgery. So. Kind of forgot how it all went down. Obviously, they had to put the IV in my hand, you know. And the nurse, hey, listen to this. The nurse said, nerf. Like I said, I'm still getting used to talking again. The nerf, yeah. The nurse said I was tough, though. The nurse said I was very tough. Okay. I said, all right. She's like, I was like, she had the needle right next to my skin. She's like, you're not going to squirm, are you? And I said, no, all right? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to look right in your eyes while you do it, too. You're going to see nothing. You're going to see a space. Just space, okay? You're going to look into my eyes. All you see is space. Nothing else, okay? Blackness and space. That's it, Okay, actually, you know what? You're gonna be looking through my daggum body, okay? Because there's nothing here. You're gonna see no reaction, okay? And I honestly, I stared at her. Okay, it's a bit of an exaggeration, but I looked right at the needle as she was sticking it into my skin. It's like the weirdest feeling ever, dude. It's so freaking weird watching something go through you, and you really can't feel it. I really couldn't. I mean, you feel like a little pinch, obviously, but you really can't feel it. I don't know. Well, maybe that's just me. I don't know. Maybe some of you guys, because I know some people are really scared of needles or like can't deal well with blood, but it was just really weird to watch. And then, you know, the nurses were pretty cool. And they said one of the nurses had really sweaty hands, which was a problem for me. He had to come and I forgot how to sign. I don't know if it was like a clearance form or like a waiver or something. I had to sign something. And I shook his hand. He had really sweaty hands, so that was disgusting. But you know what? He might have been nervous. I don't know. Then the doctor came in. He said, Clay, let's get to work. Okay? No more dilly-dallying around, Clay. We're getting to the meat of the situation here. We got to get those tonsils out, Clay. And I said, hey, Doc, you do you. All right? And we go to the surgery room. I don't know what you call it. They transfer me over. This is what I remember right here. I remember just looking straight up, or trying to relax. You know, I remember the anesthesiologist told me, he's like, I'm going to give you a treat on the way to the room, and he must have pumped me like with painkillers or something. So then I was like a little bit like, okay, all right, cool, and it's like, you know, starting to veer off a little bit, you know, because I was already tired. I only got like 3 hours of sleep the night before. So I was already tired, and I'm like starting to veer off. And then I just remember, I remember like transferring myself to the surgery table or whatever. And then the anesthesiologist is like, all right, I'm going to give you a few good breaths of oxygen, okay? And he puts his mask over my face. And I didn't know this. It's a trick, okay? If you ever get surgery, it's a trick. That's actually the anesthesia going in your body. It's not oxygen. This guy's a freaking liar, okay? Anesthesiologist, freaking liar, dude. Freaking liar. So I was like, all right, yeah, cool. All right, thanks, man. And I took one breath, and then 2 breaths. I was gone, dude. I was gone. And immediately, I'm out, and all of a sudden I'm right back. I'm like, I'm out, dude, and I'm back. And I kind of look around, like, I'm like a little bit confused, disoriented, obviously, like, what the frick just happened? I was like, did it already just happen, dude? Did this already just happen? Because like it's like different from sleep, you know. I don't know how do you explain, like, for those of you who've been under anesthesia, like, it's just so weird. I don't know. It feels like you just traveled through time. It really does. It feels like you just traveled through time, because I woke up. I was like, what? Where am I at right now? And plus, I couldn't see because I had my glasses off, because you can't wear your contacts or anything. I had to wear my glasses. They had to take out my glasses, so I couldn't see anything. Then the lady gave me my glasses, and I was like, oh, what the heck, dude? What the heck just happened? And my mom was sitting next to me, and I took a couple videos, too. The vlog's not out yet. There will be video on my main channel of, you know, of my process, or what went down through the week. But it's basically a shortened version. This is kind of the detailed version of the story, of my experience here. But if you want to like see what I look like after surgery, you can go over and check out the vlog on my main channel. So yeah, my mom was next to me. And then what else? What happened after that? I don't know. I was just like trying to gather my bearings pretty much. I was like, all right, what the? Oh yeah, and the freaking my throat. I was like feeling my throat. I was like, it's not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. It really wasn't. I really wasn't in that much pain, but you know, that's because I was hopped up on painkillers like crazy too, and plus the anesthesia was still having some effect. So I was like, man, I could talk too. I didn't think I was gonna be able to talk. I could talk. I was like, hey, what? I was like, oh, what's going on, guys? You know, I was trying to test the limits here, and I was like, man, okay, I can still talk. And then like, I forget what, 5 minutes went by. I was feeling good. I drank a lot of water too. I drank like 2 cups. No, I slammed like 3 cups of water down because I was thirsty and I knew that I need to keep my throat hydrated. So I was like, I slammed a few cups of water down, and then the nurse, I don't know if the nurse and the doctor talk to each other and like, all right, you can go home now, because usually you spend like a little. Usually they wait till the anesthesia wears off. You know, make sure you're not sick, because you can get nauseous. You can throw up from the effects of anesthesia. I know I had a cousin who threw up a lot of. Okay, it's a little bit graphic, but he threw up a lot of blood after he had his tonsillectomy done. And I had an aunt that couldn't wake up from the anesthesia. She took a while to wake up from it. So, but you know me, dude. I mean, it was easy peasy lemon squeezy. The nurse said I was one of the better patients that they've ever had get a tonsillectomy. Okay, it was in and out, dink and dunk, and I was done. They said you can go home, bro. And I seriously only spent like 5 minutes, like just kind of waking up, and then they're like, all right. You look like you're fine. You look like you're good to go. Go home. I remember I stood up. When I stood up, I was a little bit dizzy because the anesthesia, but I got my clothes on, and we went home. Although the ride home was terrible. Ride home, I could not. I had to pee so badly several times. We had to stop like 4 times because remember I drank like I chugged 3 cups of water. And so I had to stop like 4 times to pee, 4 separate times just to pee. And for some reason we stopped at the store. We stopped at Woodman's. There's a Woodman's like about 30 minutes away from our house. We had to stop at the store, and my mom just said she's just going to pick up some popsicles, bro. So I'm sitting there waiting in the car. I had to go. I went into Woodman's twice, dude. I went like when we got there first. I went in there to pee one time. Went out back to the car. Sat there for like 15 minutes, had to pee again, went to Woodman's, I went into the Woodman's, went to the bathroom again, went back, sat in the car, and my mother, I think it was like, 25 to 30 minutes while I'm like, I just got done with surgery, okay? My throat was, it was very swollen, all right? I wasn't feeling the best. But my mom, like, oh, no, this is what happened. Because the second time I went to the bathroom, okay, the second time. So it was about 20, 25 minutes. I go to the bathroom the second time, and then my mom's coming out of the store finally. I look at her shopping cart, dude. There's not just popsicles. She has like a full shopping cart with like 6, 7 bags loaded with groceries, okay? And I was like, Mom, what? I was like, Mom, what are you? I couldn't talk. Remember, I could talk a little bit, but I couldn't like yell like how I'm doing right now, because it's like talking like this, like that. Like this is how I could talk right here. This is how I have to talk right there. So I couldn't like yell. I couldn't like be like, Mom, what the heck are you doing? I want to go home. I keep having to pee. Just get me home. I want to lay down. So I was a little bit frustrated with my mom. For some reason, she was like, hey, you know what? I'm just going to freaking... It wasn't even... like, some of the stuff she bought didn't even pertain to me. She probably saw a good sale on something. When she sees a good sale, she's getting stuff. She's hopping on the sale. Dadgummit. So I was like... I couldn't voice my frustration, which made me even more frustrated. And plus, I kept having to pee, which is so annoying. So the ride home was terrible, but we finally get home. My mom gets my prescription, okay, get my painkillers and my antibiotics, and, you know, I basically set up shop right here. For those of you watching, you can, it was on the couch, you know, pillow, blanket, and I was like, you know what, dude, this is it right here. I'm staying here for the next, like, week. I'm setting up shop right here for the next week. Okay, this is where I'm going to be. Got the TV right here, Netflix, YouTube, everything. I'm sitting here. I'm going to enjoy my time here. Okay, relax. And I can tell you the first day, so the day of the surgery, first day, technically, I guess not technically, but technically, basically the first day. So the day of the surgery, but still kind of like, because it was so early in the morning, basically first day of recovery. I was like, you know what? This isn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I said, this is not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I feel pretty good. I was walking around the basement, hopping around. I was like, man, I feel like, I mean, obviously I was still sore, and my throat was so swollen, but I was like, dude, I feel like running around, dude. I'm feeling good right now. I'm feeling a lot better than I thought I'd be feeling, you know? I was feeling good. So, first day was a breeze, but didn't get I couldn't really sleep. Could not really sleep. I was kind of scared to sleep because when you sleep, that dries out your throat, and I didn't have a humidifier or anything, so I was a little bit nervous to sleep. I only slept for about a couple hours the first night, and when you wake up from after tonsillectomy and you sleep and after you wake up, it is a horrifying pain, horrifying. So I only slept for about 2 hours, and I was still in pain, but like it wasn't that bad because it's only 2 hours. If you get like 5 hours of sleep though, it's terrible, terrible, dude. So first day was easy, you know, nothing too crazy happened. Second day, just as easy, no problems there. You know, obviously it's just like everything's swollen. You know, it was like a sore throat, like just a normal regular sore throat. Third day got worse. Okay, third day got a little bit worse. Pain was pretty severe. But thankfully I had like I said, I had the painkillers. I had like I still have some of it, like a big bottle of codeine, and I was supposed to take it every 4 hours. So, really, I mean, the painkillers definitely help, but it's, you know, the effects wore off after about 2 to 3 hours. So the last hour, because I can only take it every 4 hours. So the last hour before I could take it again, it was always just sheer pain, and felt like just everything was just being yanked. You know, it felt like my skin was just being yanked in the back of my throat, like just a lot of tension. You know, and thankfully I had a lot of popsicles too. And that really helped for the last hour before I could take my painkillers again. So day 3, terrible. Day 4 is when it started the pain started to transition. I was still it was like still kind of a sore throat. And then I started getting some ear pain too. You know, just, what was that? Was that the Monday? Yeah, it was the Monday. But it wasn't as bad as day 3. I'll say it was not as bad as day 3. And so day 4 goes by. Day 5, I'm feeling a little bit better. I'm feeling a little bit, I'm feeling good. I mean, I'm not feeling good, obviously. Still very, very sore, but feeling better than day 3 and day 4. So I'm like, hey, we're starting to improve. I'm starting to see maybe, because it's supposed to take 2 weeks to recover. Maybe I might recover a little bit earlier than expected, you know? Maybe we might be, you know, because I think I tried to eat mashed potatoes and I tried to eat eggs or something. Whatever it was, you know, because I'm starting to get hungry. Because the first few days you can only eat pudding, ice cream, but ice cream really isn't smart because that creates mucus, and so does pudding creates mucus too. I only had Jell-O and I had only popsicles for like the first 2 days. Then I started having Jell-O, and then like 4th, 5th day, put some pudding and stuff. Oh yeah, and some ice cream too. I had some ice cream on I think it was the 5th day, might have been. So 5th day goes by, feeling okay. Now I also, by the way, sleeping. You know, the sleeping portion of this. I literally honestly average about 2 to 3 hours of sleep per night, because the pain was very bad. Obviously, like I said before, the pain was very bad when I woke up. So, you know, half the time I was very disoriented. Like, I was just sitting and playing on my phone, like just literally just sitting here and just playing on my phone, like playing Clash of Clans, something like that. I would just literally be in and out of consciousness. I just couldn't fall asleep though. My brain would not let me because of the pain. My brain would not let me fall asleep. I just couldn't fall asleep peacefully, which sucked. So, but anyways, day 5, you know, not as bad as day 3 and 4. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe I'm getting better. But I watched a lot of videos, and I read a lot before my surgery about tonsillectomies and what people have experienced. And they say, well, supposedly days 5 through 8 are the worst days for me. And this is not a joke. All right, this isn't a joke, guys. This isn't supposed to be funny. It was days 6 through 9. Now listen, guys, okay, I get it. Real, haha, so funny, 69. But seriously, though, no, days 6 through 9. Day 6. So the pain, now, like I said, when the pain, so the first few days, the pain was like, it was like a sore throat. You know, it was like a normal sore throat, just like your typical sore throat, typical infection, just really, really swollen. Just imagine having a sore throat, just really, really swollen. It's like that, you know? Maybe a little bit worse, but like that, essentially. But day 6, this is where the spike, this is where the pain spike came in, dude. Holy frick, man. It wasn't like the pain I was experiencing. It's not like the pain you experience from a sore throat. This pain, dude, this pain that I experienced, it was like someone had nails, all right, and a daggum flamethrower, like a mini little flamethrower, and they were just taking the flamethrower and the freaking nails and just swiping it up and down, like holding the flamethrower right in the back of my mouth. They just got it set right on the back of my mouth with needles just poking right in my throat, dude, right in my throat. It was terrible. And it's real. I don't really know the reason. My guess, I don't know the real reason, but my guess is it has to be like the nerve pain, like because obviously when they're cutting my tonsils out. I'm 22 years. Okay, let me just explain this. Okay, from the start here. Okay, so you know your tonsils here. Let's just go through some biology. Your tonsils as a kid, they're obviously very underdeveloped. They don't have that many interconnections with your body. So when a toddler or a kid gets their tonsils out, it's easy, snip, snoop, snippity, poppity, boopity, boppity. They take them out. Kid recovers after a few days / maybe a week. I don't know, but it's not nearly as severe. But when you're an adult and you get your tonsils taken out, your tonsils have formed all these interconnections. I've connected all these nerves. It's like with my ears and stuff like that. When they're cutting out my tonsils, they're slicing through those nerves. So my guess to why there's a pain spike, why the pain was so bad, is because like they my nerves were starting to repair themselves, like repairing those connections or something. Because my ear pain was really bad and my throat pain was terrible. Like cold stuff didn't even feel good anymore. Cold stuff burned. Like I couldn't. The only thing I could eat was room temperature soup. That's the only thing I could eat was just room temperature soup. So there was, because like I figured I would just hang my hat on all the popsicles, and just eat that constantly. But then cold started to hurt a lot. And so day 6 was terrible. Day 6 was the start of the pain spike. Terrible. Day 7, just as bad. I don't know if it was worse. I think it was just as bad. When was day 7? Was that like a third? Yeah, it was Thursday. Was it? Yeah, Thursday. I'm trying to think. This was the day that I figured out that heat. So I was putting also, when my recovery, I was putting ice packs on my throat and, on my face for the first few days to help out with the swelling. And like I said, cold isn't feeling good anymore. With this nerve pain or whatever, cold's not feeling good anymore. All right, it's making it worse. And so day 7, I decided to switch it up and do some heat. So I got this like heating. Well, it's like I don't know how to describe it. It looks like a whoopee cushion. You fill it up with hot water or cold water, but I filled it up with hot water and I just stuck it on my face. And oh my gosh, I felt so much better, dude. So much better. And this is also the day that my scabs started falling off. So when you get your tonsils out, for the procedure, they cauterize the back of your throat to prevent bleeding. So then you get these huge scabs in the back of your throat, and they start falling off bit by bit. And it's just like really disgusting, guys. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna go into it, but it's just really disgusting. And so that was and I was hacking stuff up. All right, it was terrible. Terrible, like coughing and gagging with a really bad sore throat is the worst. And like the freaking nerve pain, it was terrible. But so day 7 sucked. All right, day 7 also sucked. But the heating pad definitely helped. Made it way more bearable. Way, way, way more bearable. And by the way, I was off painkillers too. I curbed the painkillers about day 5 because I don't want to get addicted to it. Plus, it's also it can also harden your stool so you can get constipated. So I was like, I'm not getting constipated. See you later. Goodbye painkillers. So that's probably also why the pain was also very aggressive and was terrible. But you got to curb the painkillers. Day 8 got a lot better. Day 8 started to see a turnaround. Okay, that was Friday. Started to see a bit of a turnaround. You know, started to see it come full circle. Still very sore though. Still very sore. Saturday, it was Saturday. It was just getting better and better. Like just a little bit better. Sunday, just a little bit better. Monday, just a little bit better. Well, actually, no, it's a lot better. I would say Sunday. Sunday was the day that was the biggest turnaround for me, which is 2 days ago because today's Tuesday. But Sunday was by far the biggest, definitely the biggest turnaround for me. I don't know. I know exactly why. I actually got a full night's rest. That's exactly why. I fell asleep. I actually slept like a solid 7 to 8-ish hours. Yeah. Or was it 12 hours? One night I slept 12 hours. No, I think that was Sunday and Monday. But Saturday, Sunday, I slept like 8 hours for the first time since my surgery. I was obviously very, very sore when I woke up, like really, really sore. But I took the heating pad, drank some water, and I was feeling so much better, dude. That was the turning point right there. It was day 10. Was that Sunday? Was day 10? Day 9 or day 10, whatever it was. Then yesterday, just getting better. And then today, obviously, I'm starting to feel real good. I'm almost back to myself. Almost. I got to wait till Friday before I can start exercising again. I really want to start exercising again because I just can't. I hate having to lay down and just relax really sucked. Don't get me wrong. I enjoy relaxing, but I don't like feeling lazy. I like to get up and move, and I want to be able to exercise, and I still can't exercise yet. My voice is coming back too, so that's good. I'm learning to talk again, you guys. It's all good, dude. It's all good. So it's been quite the experience, my dudes. So I'm not fully recovered yet, but we're getting there for sure. And that's really where I've been, guys. So if you're ever gonna get a tonsillectomy, if you're a kid, you're fine. If you're an adult, be ready, all right? Remember, ice now, heat later. Ice for the first few days, okay? Heat, I would say start heat about the 5th day, okay? Start heat about the 5th day. Be ready for the pain. I will say this. I watch all these videos. Like I said, I watch all these videos about tonsillectomies. They make it sound like really, really bad, and for portions of it, it was, but it's not as bad as you think. It's not, you can handle it. If I can handle it, you can handle it. If they can handle it, you can handle it. Trust me. But it will be a struggle bus for a bit. There's just a few days in that span of time, in that span of recovery, where you're going to need to, strap on your boots, strap on your daggum work boots, pull up your pants. Okay, I don't know why your pants are down for the first place. but just be ready, okay? Buckle the belt, be ready. Anyways, I think that's all the time I got, you guys. Thank you very much for listening. I appreciate it if you listened all the way through. And make sure you go check out my main channel. Click it on YouTube and check out all my social media links down below. Dude, I didn't even say that at the beginning. Oh, I'm so stupid. That's pretty much okay. I'm so stupid. I'm so rusty. I'll see you guys later. Catch you on Flippy Flop.